How then shall they call on
That's what I
him
want. Yeah, come on.
in whom they have not believed?
How could we call upon the Lord who we have not believed? Because for us to show our belief, we got to apply Leviticus 23, we got to apply Leviticus 11, what to eat, what not to eat, what Sabbath to keep, what Sabbath not to keep. We have to do all that. Then if you find yourself not applying Leviticus 11 or Leviticus 23, you are the devil. Plain and simple. Then you are the devil, plain and simple. You understand me? But listen, you remember we went, now I'm going to let you speak, I'm going to let you speak. You remember we went about, we're not supposed to follow after emotion and feeling. You understand? We just read about our mind is the most deceitful above all things, right? So if we go against these things, then we say we're serving the Lord. What you following, sister? Your mind been deceiving you.
Now,
come on, I'm going to finish that, then you can talk.
Okay.
Go ahead and finish that.
How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
Come on.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
Come on.
And how shall they hear without a preacher?
That's why we're here, sister. You need us to show you the way. But you're fighting against us. You need that teacher. All your life you've been your own teacher, right? All your life. But God said that's not the way, right?
why wouldn't it be?
Because it's just showing you, you must have a teacher. You must have a teacher.
Why would I need a teacher if I already believe in him? I already know who
sister.
he is.
Let's get that in. Yes.
He showed me all
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord
We have to trust in God
with all thine heart,
with all our mind. Come on.
and lean not unto thine own understanding.
That's what you're doing. You lean up your own understanding, telling us how we're supposed to serve God. But God is telling you.
I tell you how to serve
No,
God if I'm serving
I'm just talking,
Okay.
sister, for everybody to hear.
Okay.
You understand? So you learning, in your own mind, your mind is telling you something, but God's mind is more powerful than your mind.
That's right.
Then God telling you that you have to apply Leviticus 11, knowing what is clean, what is unclean. Plus, you have to know their holy days, what is Sabbath, what is not Sabbath. If you have not learned these things, we just read in Deuteronomy 4 and 44, Moses set up before us laws, not religion. Now you're in your own mind telling us that I've been knowing God, I've been praying God. Should we trust that? No. Because our job here is to cast out your imagination. This is our job. You might not accept it, but this is what it is, sister. According to what we just read.
So
God
you're
heard
saying-
not sinners, right?
You telling me
Yes.
in my imagination that Jehovah is the way and that's his name, and this is my imagination. You're telling me what I'm following is wrong because I want to know his name personally. Because that's the only thing I got
Let me show you something.
going on.
Let me show you something. How many names we know him by?
A lot of names.
Thank you, sister. So the question you asked, you already know. We know him by Jehovah, right? We know him by God Almighty, right? We know him by all his name, right? So all that is his name, right? So if we not keep that commandment, what good is his name going to do us, sister?
Why would you say that if you got a personal name?
Sister,
That's like somebody
listen to what I'm
telling me
saying.
what you telling me is wrong, and
What's
that's all
good?
and pray, and you
Okay,
I see you again.
what's good?
Obviously, it's going to be hard
Okay, I'm going to explain it in a language where you can understand. What's good is your mother and your father will do you if you don't obey them. You on.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Wake up! To me if I don't obey them.
Obey what they say. What's good is your mother and your father if you don't obey them.
If I don't obey them, I'm gonna feel God wrath regardless, because I believe in God.
You see, you cannot even be
obey
honest
my
with
parents.
yourself. Yeah, okay, you have to do what?
That's one of the commandments.
Okay, you have to do what?
Obey my parents.
So that can benefit you, am I right? If you don't obey them, would that benefit you?
If I don't obey them, it's not gonna benefit me.
Thank you, sister. You said you already know. So why are you asking these questions?
Because I'm serving someone else.
You serving.
I'm serving Jehovah because I
No,
believe
you're not
in
serving
his
God,
name.
sister.
You think I'm not?
No, I'm here to tell you not serving God.
That's
Satan
right.
been messing with you. That's why God sent you here today, sister. You used to think the way you think, sister. Especially my family. My family come from the most demonic things in the world. You understand? I used to believe that for the moment. But you used to believe what you know. But here, God's going to break that cycle today, sister. But you refuse to hear the word of God from the prophet that sent to you. So can we benefit you if you're not listening?
I'm not refusing anything. What I'm saying is, if he
Can
lead
we
me,
benefit
if
you
he lead
if you're
me
not
back
listening?
to you, then it was meant. If he doesn't lead me back to you, it wasn't meant.
Okay.
That's my own
Okay,
spirituality,
okay,
and that's
okay.
my own personal right.
Sister, what's make a man spiritual? We just read it. right? If you're not keeping the commandment, you're not spiritual. First of all, it's a trick in your mind, right? You don't keep commandments. Let's be honest. You cannot choose that commandment to keep. You understand? Either you're going to keep them all or you don't keep them the Lord. Am I right or wrong? Right. But now what you're doing, I want to keep some, I'm still praying the Lord. That don't work out like that, sister. Right. That's why we're here to tell you, sister. Okay. You understand? All this time you're thinking that's the way, right? So if God intervene in your behalf and say, you know what, I'm going to send you today, you're going to stand right here in front of my prophet, humble yourself, that you may learn something. You're not doing that. You're doing a lot of talking with no answers.
Because I want the answers. That's
but we're giving you answers.
And half of the answers
but we're giving
me, I know already.
But we're giving you.
Where has that leading me? Nowhere.
Stop it. Get some help.
If you know all the answers already, if you know all the answers already, right? If you know all the answers already, why God is not hearing your prayer?
What makes you think God is not hearing my prayer?
According to what we just read there. According to what we just read there. According to what we just read there. God don't heard your prayer. Right. According to what we just read there. Because God said so.
If I told you how many times God answered my prayer since I've been serving Jehovah, you wouldn't believe me.
Sister,
you would think I'm lying.
It's harsh. You know what is harsh? When you think you know somebody come else,
it's
God,
my
that you don't
testimony.
Know. You understand? Your living testimony don't mean nothing.
And
according to the Bible. Let me show you. Your living testimony don't mean nothing. According to the Bible. Because their living testimony of Christ means something.
That's right.
So you saying your living testimony
no,
what you've been through
Christ don't mean nothing because I was in a mix of my sin. Why would that mean something to me? Right. You understand? If I'm in a mix of my sin, why would my testimony mean something? Don't mean nothing. Okay. But Christ did not sin. Christ did not sin. We can use his testimony. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Come on.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God.
The Bible is the book of the commandment of God. Listen, people. Come on.
And the law that endureth forever.
These laws, they're going to endure forever. Yes. Either you choose or you may not choose God, but these laws still remain. Come on.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
If you decide to keep the commandment of God, you're going to have life in you. Come on.
But such as leave it shall die.
If you decide not to keep the commandment of God, you are a dead soul. That's Ephesians 2:1 now. I'm going to show you the state you're in, sister. You're in a dead state.
So you telling me your laws is different from every other Bible?
Sister, there's only one God. You know that. You know there's only one God, right? It's the God of who? God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
It says that in the Bible. Let them read it.
Guess what? Back up a little bit. Guess what? If you're not from these tribes, you understand you're not the children of God. You know that, right? But the world telling us that everybody are the children of God. We learned that in the world. But the Bible tells us that's not you. Come on.
Ephesians chapter 2.
Come on.
Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. And you had he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins.
What states we was in before Christ came?
In trespasses and sins.
We was what kind of state?
In trespasses and sin.
In a dead state, sin. In a dead state. Right. We trying to bring you back to life. You fight it against us, sister. Right. Because you thought you knowing something. You don't know nothing. I'm telling you, it's hard for me to say that. Because you're my sister. Because guess what? God is telling you don't know nothing. You understand? You have to humble yourself to learn, sister. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Israel?
You understand? You are Israel. But do you know that? So if you know that. Okay, if you know that. Now let's get Deuteronomy 10 and 12. If you know that.
Read out.
That's it. You say you know you Israel. Let's get
Wake them up. Get up. Wake them up.
That's it. Because you say you know you Israel, but God gonna recommend things for you to do. Let's see if you have been doing it. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Bring it out. And now, Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
Yo guys listening, this is what God requires of all of us. We claim we are the children of God. God requires that of us. Come on, read.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
What kind of spirit we're going to have towards God?
But to fear the Lord thy God.
If we fear God, would we break his commandment? If we fear God, going to put us to death, would we break his commandment?
None of us would.
Okay then. We found you in a commandment you break. Tell me.
What commandment?
Thou shalt not wear pants. It's written in the Bible.
Today is not my church day.
Huh?
You're wrong, because today's not my church day. My church day is on Saturday.
Yo, sister.
You're going off your
Listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying. That means I can go out here and be unclean. Then when it's Saturday, I'm clean now. That you don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, man. You have some type of common sense. I thought you said you have common sense.
Even if I went
If I go to a dog vermin, the dog finished vermin, right? I clean that dog up. The dog went back to that vermin. What make the dog dirty? Come on, sister.
You think I'm
Weed, man.
you still think I'm
in all his ways.
Say it again.
So you telling me I don't have free will to wear a dress when I want to dress? That's what you basically.
Oh, what is free will? What is your free will?
My free will is to actually be
Let's
at
get that
peace
in
with
Hebrew,
me
man.
and
What
God.
Christ
That
said.
means I do what I want to do.
Are you the children of God?
I know I'm a child of God.
So if God says something, would you reject it?
No.
That's when you do your own will. Then. Am I right or wrong? If God says something, I reject it. I'm doing my own will. Am I right or wrong?
You have free will.
Sister, you're not
I
making
have free
any
will.
sense.
I don't live by
Let's
law.
get that.
No
I came to
man's
do the will
law.
of God.
I
Let's
live by
get that.
God's law, no man's law.
If Christ come to do the will of God, what about you? What will you come to do in this earth?
I'm gonna do Christ's will, but I'm
Okay,
not gonna
no,
go.
it's not
I'm not
Let's
gonna
get
do.
the one
I'm
Christ
not
said.
gonna
Who's
do
my
what
father?
men tell
Who's
me
my
to
mother?
do.
Who's my mother? Who's my sister? Let's see what Christ said.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.